Do you know what? I'm just going to take the mic out. Is it all right without the mic? Because it always falls out. I'm getting spammed by like one person. Hang on. Okay, so we've got a combination of the 5 of Wands reversed. I'll show you it upright, just so you can see the art. The 5 of Wands is conflict, okay, as per the picture. And that's reversed, so we're avoiding conflict. Then we've got the 4 of Swords upright, which is taking rest, okay? The swords are, they're being held and the person's lying down. They're wounded, you know, they need to take rest. And then we've got the 9 of Wands reversed. Now, this is very Dali-esque, isn't it? The 9 of Wands is the wounded warrior. It's like the person's prepared to keep on fighting. They're prepared to keep on fighting. Okay, it's been a long battle. Something's been tough, but you don't want to argue anymore. You don't want to have conflict with anyone anymore. Alex, is that in a mean way or a nice way? Because you like Scouse accents. Right, they were a combination, so I'm going to get 2 more cards. Is that resonating, Irvy? Right, we've got... Sorry, the rain's really loud on the window. We've got the Hermit reversed. So the Hermit upright is the major arcana for Virgo, and it means that this part of the journey has to be walked alone. It's soul searching. It's looking inwards to your feelings. How are you feeling about something? It's isolating yourself and reflecting inwards, you know, introspection, deep shadow work. What was my part in things? What was their part in things? You know, how do I move forward? Because that's reversed, it's either coming out of that hermit energy or refusing to do it and just not wanting to, just really not wanting to get that deep about it, you know, like, because sometimes you don't want to think about stuff because it's just too heavy. Let's get one more. Shadow work is healthy. It's what you do. You tend to do it after a breakup or after being burned. Oh, what have we got here? We've got a combination of the 6 of Pentacles reversed. So there wasn't equal give and take. I'm just going to show you the cards because they're really weird. Wow, that doesn't look like the 6 of Pentacles, does it? That's bizarre. Yeah, so the 6 of Pentacles, it's 6 is an even number. It would be 3 pentacles from you, 3 pentacles from them, and it would be fair and equal. But because it's reversed, that's a sign of an unequal connection, an unfair connection. Someone's putting in more time, more energy, more money, this kind of thing. It's in combination with the Ace of Swords, so that's a major revelation, a major truth. Aces, you know, are divine. It's an important discovery, but the swords are communication and thoughts. Okay, so it's major revelations. It may be spoken about and confessed, but we've got the 4 of Cups reversed. Now the 4 of Cups upright is, I thought that was sea turtles, but it's birds, isn't it? I wonder if it's meant to be like both. The 4 of Cups is rejecting cups that are being offered by others. But when it's reversed, it's a good reversal. Okay, so when that's reversed, it means I'm now open to other people approaching me and offering feelings towards me, offering me their cup. So there was an unequal connection. You know, that's something that you've realised, and you're beginning to like move forward and become open to the idea of another person. Oh, oh, pretty holic. I don't like the thought of people being like in pain or like suffering, but yeah, I'm not dealing with anyone at the moment because I just don't want to. I just can't deal with the drama. Like a lot of people, there's a person that I hope would get in touch, but I don't think they're going to. The tarot says they will. Right, let's get 3 for your person. I know everyone, you know how you're feeling, but I'm going to get 3 for your person, Aries. How is Aries' person feeling, please? Okay, so in the challenge position, we've got the Hanged Man. Now, when the Hanged Man is upright, it's someone who's... Oh, that's cool, that card, isn't it? It's like the sand on the beach there. And then that's like a picture frame, and that's like water and waves. It's someone who's trying to look for another perspective, okay? I like that whale there because it's like trying to go deep and be still and just have a think about things. You're suspending yourself. So this is actually not your feelings, this is your person. They're trying to see things from another perspective, okay, not just the one that maybe they've seen it from previously. When it's reversed, it's stubborn. It's like, I am only going to see my own perspective. Well, hopefully when the video's finished, it will put subtitles on. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why. When it doesn't, I'm not sure why. It must be the sound quality or something. But especially like I post on YouTube and I post on TikTok, and usually it will put on the subtitles. Okay, so hopefully that happens. Thank you for the likes, everyone. Because it's in the challenge, I think this person is struggling because they are feeling stubborn, but they do want to try to see, you know, this situation from multiple points of view. They do want to try to do that, but there might be someone who's a little bit stubborn. When I get to 500 subscribers, I'll answer questions in the chat. So if you subscribe, when I get to 500, I can take super chats and answer questions like on the spot. I'll dedicate some sessions towards it. Okay, so next they've got a combination of the moon and the 4 of Wands reversed. So it's the moon reversed and the 4 of Wands reversed. Now this is very interesting to me because if these cards were upright, oh look, they're gorgeous. Is it cypress trees? What's the other kind of tree that they have all over Italy? Is it cypress trees? I only lived in Italy. Like, they're everywhere. Oh, I love this artwork. I love it. I know that Dali was from southern Spain, wasn't he? He's from the Catalan region. But the whole of the Mediterranean. Oh my God, I went to watch his exhibition in London and it made me cry because there was like opera music on, and then it was like the cybernetics. So they did like projections of his art all over the place. And I had tears streaming down my face, and my sister was like, "What are you doing?" But guys, if you can get to the Salvador Dali cybernetics exhibition, you need to. They move around different like capital cities. Anyway, that's enough about me. Right, so the Four of Wands is when you live in a household or you're married or both. Okay, so it's home ownership. Fours are numbers of stability. So like the four legs to a chair, the four walls to a house. Thank you, Lady Divine. They're numbers of stability. So it's wanting, a solid future, a solid relationship to be out in the open, exclusive. Everybody knows about this relationship, living together, in a house, potentially married. The Moon card is a major arcana. In the story of the major arcana, the fool realizes that even though he's afraid, he must walk forwards anyway. The Moon card is Pisces energy. It's all about fear and being afraid of the dark, being afraid of the unknown. So with those reversed, it's like, I'm afraid to commit. Does that make sense? I think this person's been non-committal because that freaks them out, the idea of commitment, the idea of either getting married at all or getting married again, being in a public relationship again. Something about that going to that next stage freaks this person out. It's about fear. Okay, so when it's upright, you're embracing it and you want stability and you want a public relationship. When they're both reversed like that, that's like, I'm fearful about committing to you. Okay, so it could be their issues, and I will go into that. It could be something from when they were younger, or they've just been burned, recently. I love how multicolored the setup is. Like, I'm absolutely vibing off it. Yeah, when I get to 500 subs, I'll take personal questions, but for now, this is a reading that's dedicated to anyone of the Aries sign. Let's get one more for how they're feeling then. Maybe it's always, been their opinion that they'll never marry, or maybe it's always been their opinion that, marriage is like a load of rubbish. Maybe their parents were divorced and that's how they know marriage. Everyone has a different blueprint for commitment and what that looks like and how far it should go, how traditional it should be. I'm just going to take another look at those initial cards for your side. It's like the ending of a relationship, isn't it? There isn't any court cards. There's no court cards there, so it maybe it didn't get that far, What have we got here? The Page of Swords and the Sun reversed. Oh my god, look at that. This is so darly, like. See, the Page of Swords is a card. Look, I like that because it's got the chess game. It's about watching and waiting, okay? Pages of Swords, they're sent out by the king or the queen to go and gather information, to go and observe, to not be seen, okay? Everything's done very sheepishly, everything's done very much, traveling to the next citadel, staying out on the periphery of the town and just watching to see what's going on, what are people doing, perhaps waiting for a particular person. So yeah, it's always about watching and waiting, the Page of Swords, and it's the beginning of an adventure. It's very, very like, it's like when you've noticed in love, it's like when you've noticed someone around and you haven't really spoken to them yet, or you're just kind of seeing what they're about without really engaging with them. Now, the Sun card is reversed here. If that was upright, I'd say that this person feels childlike, excited, carefree when they're watching you. But with it being reversed, I feel like maybe you've had an argument about this lack of commitment and they can't stop thinking about it. Like they're watching you on social media or where you work or, you know, somewhere where you frequent, and they're kind of hoping to bump into you, or it just feels super sad. Man, there should be subtitles added on automatically when I post onto this live will get posted as a reading. I'll edit it and upload it tomorrow onto YouTube and TikTok, and it should have subtitles so you'll be able to translate it. I don't know if it's like a glitch with YouTube or like my channel, but when someone types something, it comes up like 8 times. So we can't tell if the person's spamming it or it's like accidental. Right, let's get 3 for the outcome. So there's hurt feelings on both sides, and it seems to be that they're shying away from, you know, commitment, being exclusive, being out in the open, everyone knowing about it, getting a house together, getting married. And they're really like, it sucks for them, like they're really like struggling not being around you. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, there's a lack of investment here. So if the Ace of Pentacles was upright, wow, that looks like an egg with a ship inside it, doesn't it? Like movement. Yeah, movement, forward movement, a journey. Ace of Pentacles is investment. Okay, Pentacles are money. So it would be, if it was upright, it would be us moving in together. It would be us getting a mortgage together. It would be us getting married. Investment of time, money, and energy, but on a super scale. It's the next step up for whatever that relationship is. Now, when it's reversed, it's just like that not happening. So that's just confirmation of what we said earlier. And it's in the outcome. So let's get 2 more for the outcome. And then I'll clarify their feelings and find out why they feel that way. Where's everyone listening from? I would love to know where you're listening from. Right, we've got the 6 of Swords and the Page of Cups. The 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords is moving on. That looks like, it's like a floating island with boats going towards it. There's like swords or feathers hanging down underneath. And we've got those cypress trees on the top. It's full of life in that direction. I love these cards, like, I actually love them. That's like that famous painting, and I don't know who did it. The one where the person has the bowler hat. They're like in a suit, like in London. They got the bowler hat, and then they got like an apple on their head, haven't they? On the top of their head. I don't know who painted that, but I like Dali because of the link to Sigmund Freud and psychology. I like that. 6 of Swords, yeah, it's about leaving your past behind, leaving your problems behind, leaving your woes behind, you know, moving on. Leaving those 6 swords, which are thoughts, negative thoughts, leaving them behind, leaving your baggage behind. The Page of Cups is an apology or a simple offering of emotions like, I have feelings for you, you know, on the kind of like very beginning end. But it can be an apology, Page of Cups in a love reading. I wonder if someone's looking to kind of let bygones be. I've not heard this phrase in ages. Let bygones be bygones. let a sleeping dog lie, extend an olive branch. They just want contact again, I think. I think you're both mirroring the same feelings. Let's get one final one because they were a combination. Final one for the outcome. This is just the outcome for this final week of March, okay? Oh, we've got the Ten of Cups reversed. So when the Ten of Cups is upright, that's happiness, not just within yourself, but as a wider family picture. So whether it's you and a friendly van and a dog and your partner, or whether it's, 9 kids or 1 kid and, white picket fence, whatever your wider family picture is in the end, whatever the end goal is, it's harmonious feelings between everyone living in that household. Okay, but it's reversed in the outcome, so there's disharmony here, and it's the sense of wanting to reach out but holding back. So let's get message. I'm absolutely dying to I'll get messages, but first of all, I'll clarify why they've got the moon card with the 4 of Wands reversed. Why are they afraid to commit and why they're being stubborn about it. It's like they're on the verge of trying to see a different way of being. What's that? They're a late bloomer, okay? So perhaps they have, been used to being like a bit wild, never really got to the point of settling down. And it's just, do you know, like when you get into your 30s or 40s and you haven't like ever been married, I guess you become like fearful of, it can be about giving up. It can be about giving up your freedom or your single life, but it can just be about the sense of responsibility as well. So it says age gap or immature attitude, out of sync, needs more time. Now that totally fits, doesn't it, with what we're getting coming out? They're afraid to settle down. Now, just because you're afraid doesn't mean that you're not going to do it. And just because you're having like doubts about doing it doesn't mean it's not going to be awesome when you do. Because I know people that this has happened to, and they were together for like 9 years before they got married. They got engaged and it was years and years, and then it was causing a problem because of course you expect to get engaged after a couple of years, not several years later, and you watch everyone else getting married, so you start to ask questions and you go like, look, is there an issue here? So they agreed to start planning the wedding, and then it all fell through because he admitted that he was afraid, and she assumed, and so did everyone else, like friends on both sides, that it was because he thought he might want to explore being with other people, and it wasn't that at all. And he spoke to me and he was devastated. I've never seen anyone's eyes so blood red before. They separated for a year and they're now married with 3 kids. So it was like, I just think sometimes people are unable to articulate like what they're feeling, and sometimes it's left to interpret, and we misinterpret, don't we? And we can assume that it's because they want to sleep around or they want to be with other people before committing, but it's not always that. It's just the fear of like, what if I let this person's family down? What if I'm not up to it? Do you know what I mean? That it's genuinely how we felt, so it's like opened my eyes a lot. Anyway, it all ended well, but I'm telling you, it was a long gap because feelings get hurt and people lose confidence in the relationship. The dawn, oh guys, look, the dawn of recovery. With each new beginning, embrace risk as a gateway to healing and renewal. So there's going to be a recovery from this. Now, I don't know if that's together or apart, but why would we have these feelings and then not act upon it? It's a shame, right? The dawn of recovery. So then we've got the Page of Swords and the Sun card reversed. They're very unhappy about this. It's really plaguing them. I'm just going to glue my nail back on because it came off. And it's important. It's very important. Right, so I'll get another shadow love card, and then I will get some messages from them, and I'll get you a timing because I feel like this could come back together. Oh, I've got love confessions as well. Look, teasing, dangling partial truths, needing answers, shifting. They're being quite shifty and like danced around this topic for a long time. Okay, so now we know why. They could have put across that they were all for commitment, but never really commented on it too much. And then now it's come up. It's like, you know, a man or woman shaped hole in the wall, like just like completely freaked out. Enlighten truths. Share your insights, spreading awareness with the power of honesty. So you're being encouraged to talk to one another about this, even though it's hard and scary, because you sort of anticipate what the other person might say and things coming to an end. But I don't think they're going to, because they're really upset about this. They're really upset about this, okay? Let's get messages from them. This is the blunt truth deck. This. I'm quiet to protect you from my ego. So this is someone that your ego is concerned with worrying what people think about you, caring too much about status, caring too much about looks. You know, anything that could be embarrassing, you hide it because of ego, right? So that's what that card's about. So they may give you a bunch of other excuses, but we know the real truth. Okay, they're into having fun. They want to have more fun. They don't want things to get too serious. Like, serious as in, like, you know, heavy conversations and losing the essence of what you guys, like, enjoy about the connection. Oh, I feel so much love for you. Well, we know that. We know that. Let's get 3 more. What's this? Why won't you give me space? I can't grow. Wow. They're feeling suffocated. They feel suffocated, like, with that was the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Like, stop pressurizing me, you know? I need to, like, decide when I'm ready, kind of thing. Oh, I'm avoiding our connection. That's the Six of Swords with the Page of Cups. And then we've got the Ten of Cups reversed. Let's get one for that one. I'm at a crossroads. I'm choosing which path to take. Oh my God. That's with regards to finding their 10 of cups. Like, what does their 10 of cups look like? How are they going to make everyone happy? They're at a crossroads for deciding that, okay? Right, let's get some confessions. And then I'll get you a timing for when you're going to reconcile and resolve this. And then I'll get you some advice. I think you're very funny. One of the things they really like about you, Aries, is your sense of humour. You make them laugh a lot. Well, my sister's an Aries and she is so funny. Like, I was going to say so fucking funny, but like, I don't know, it's a sense of humour that's just hilarious. She does impressions of people. Okay, when is Aries and this person, when are they going to reconcile and resolve these issues? Because they're both very sad. Okay, you're saying do not force it. Don't force it, okay? Let it play out, because these reservations that this person has, their maturity, it has to change, like, by themselves, you know? Like, it's not for you to instigate meeting up, okay? They do really miss you and they're keeping tabs on you in some form or other. So they definitely haven't forgotten and are very unhappy about this situation. I'm going to get you some advice, Aries. Bearing in mind this is just for the last week of March, okay? Voyage of the heart. Love flows through you and to you. Okay, so you are surrounded by love, no matter what's going on with this connection. You're surrounded by people and you continue to attract people. Okay, just because of the way that you are. Maybe you do have a really good sense of humour, you're very loving, you're confident. You're Aries, the Emperor, right? These feel weird to me because I've never used them. I'm spoiling you today. I've got the Surrealist Tarot, but I've got the Sacred Creators Oracle. This is new, I've not used it. Whoa. What's that say? What's that mean? Stop, drop, and ground. Okay, so it's time to earth yourself, time to go out in nature, get grounded, stop being up in your head, stop worrying about this, don't overthink, don't get bogged down, okay? Go out in nature and just rebalance yourself, okay? This will play out exactly as and when it needs to. Dragon, supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. Oh my God, how good is that? That's very ethereal, isn't it? So you're doing amazing, Aries, and you're going to be fine no matter what. Okay, continue to be exactly as you are. And I think this person I think they're going to be drawn back towards you, possibly to commit. All right, I hope that reading resonates with some of you out there. And if you like the reading, please don't forget to give it a like. Support the channel. I'm going to move on to Aries. I do readings every weekend for all of the signs, Aries through to Pisces and zodiac order. So yeah, it's going to be Taurus next. I love that new deck. I've waited as long as I can to use it. It's so colourful and like Mediterranean. I thought I don't want to use it in winter. Okay, on to Taurus. Whoops. Couple of shuffles.